and they're off. Buck Wild very fast away. Vazi says Niet. On the outside, Hopperness is on the chase early from third. Great Days Ahead. Seeing Red next drops back a bit. And Super Dreamer about to pass that one to the inside. And trailing the field is Ruffles and Flourishes. Vazi says Niet down to the rail with a half mile left to go. That's the neck in front. Buck Wild pressing on the outside. They're to duel together. Another 4 or 5 back. Great Days Ahead in a good spot. Hopperness ridden along for more from fourth into the turn. A gap of 5 more lengths back. And it's Super Dreamer and back to Seeing Red on the outside the 2-path, and trailing the field is Ruffles and Flourishes. Buck Wild now. Buck Wild top of the lane goes on with it by 2 from Great Days Ahead taking second. Vazi says Niet dropping back under a drive there as they turn for home now. Into the stretch for a long and a half left to go. Buck Wild. Here's Great Days Ahead. Great Days Ahead on the outside, leveling off now to get the neck in front with a furlong left to go. Hopperness trying to run on from the inside from third. It is Great Days Ahead in front. Great Days Ahead by 2. Hopperness charging hard down to the inside to run into the exacta. Great Days Ahead. Angel Cruz 5-1 in the opener. Hopperness was second. Buck Wild was third, and Seeing Red finished fourth. And Vazi says Niet. And they're off. Skating Date asks for early speed and gives it. Skating Date is that leader into the turn run. On the inside, Uncommon Valor. Between horses looking toward Justice. Next is Give It a Go. Settles well 3 wide. Similar Taste on the outside, just 4 lengths off the early pace. St. Marco follows over the 2-path. Back to Notion to Tap It and Manklin Creek. And last is Cairo Boogie. Cairo Boogie trailing the field. Racing around that turn. Skating Date at an honest pace leads at 3 parts of a length. On the sloppy going from Looking for Justice second. Similar Taste up close in third. It's a gap of 3. On the outside is St. Marco moving forward. St. Marco about 5 from that early pace as they move now with 5.5 furlongs left to go. Skating Date and neck in front from on the outside. Looking to Justice in second. It's Looking for Justice. It keeps on pressing. Skating Date. It's a gap of some 4 lengths back, and Give It a Go's in between horses. Similar Taste as St. Marco continues on the outside. They're a bit of a ride now. And Uncommon Valor down to the rail. Another 5 lengths back, and Notion to Tap It. A good dozen off the pace. Manklin Creek follows that, and Cairo Boogie well back in 9th into the far turn run with 3 furlongs left to go. Looking for Justice finally gets by Skating Date to put that head in front. Gap of 5, and Give It a Go's in third. St. Marco is in fourth. Notion to Tap It to the far outside in fifth. Uncommon Valor in the second flight there from 6th with a 1/4 mile left to go. Looking toward Justice. Angel Cruz looking for the double. Leads a length and a half from Skating Date as they move into the stretch at the 360. South the center of the track. Notion to Tap It's got a bit of momentum now. Notion to Tap It is closing on the far outside, but in the meantime, Looking for Justice gets away clean to a 6-length advantage. Battle for second. Uncommon Valor and Notion to Tap It on the far outside. Here's Looking for Justice coming home. Looking for Justice. Uncommon Valor close third with Notion to Tap It. Give It a Go. Then Manklin Creek.
we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety. Controlling medication and training, which had never been done. Investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques. Decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
Salungo. And they're off. Strategic on the inside here, showing early foot along with Espresso Lungo from the outside draw, and off the cuff is right there too. So off the cuff and Strategic hook up in the opening furlong as they exit that chute. On the inside is Crossland just taking third from Espresso Lungo the outside. Love Machine is in between horses in fifth position, a gap of 3 more lengths back, and next is Perfect Peace. After that comes a Rare Breed, and Spiritual Ghost is last a long way now. Got to be 20 lengths off that pace. Strategic down to the inside leads at a half length and a sloppy going, pressed along off the cuff of the outside. It's 3 or 4 back, and Crossland is in third, Love Machine fourth, Espresso Lungo fifth. Another 7 lengths back in the field. A Perfect Peace is about 9 now off the lead, maybe more. And next is a Rare Breed, and they're followed by the back of the pack, Spiritual Ghost. Into the far turn run. It is Strategic just in front from off the cuff there on the outside. Length and a half, and Crossland getting a bit closer from third. Love Machine on the far outside there from fourth. Espresso Lungo still got a chance there from fifth. Top of the stretch for the long run into the second wire finish. Into the stretch, quarter of a mile left to go. And Strategic still there and sticking. Strategic, a tough customer up front. Strategic there from off the cuff. Down to the inside is Crossland trying to move on. Also at the rail now, Espresso Lungo trying to chime in. Espresso Lungo just 5 off that leader with about a furlong left to go. It is Strategic and Caramanas. They're still there from Crossland in second. Then off the cuff of the outside, and Espresso Lungo's next. Less than a 16th to run. Strategic. Strategic to do it, determined all the way. Strategic from Crossland. Off the cuff was third. Fourth was Espresso Lungo. In the gate. And they're off. Thorny Tail as for early speed. Thorny Tail, yes, Sir Robert on the outside, stoking up speed too. It caught his for between horses into third, and my man Pots and Pans. Erawan settles at the back of the pack, and Cecilia Mike is down inside there, last of two as well as they move down the back stretch. And it is, yes, Sir Robert on the outside, and Thorny Tail down to the inside. Three clear from my man Pots and Pans at a gap of two. Icati's Verve travels in fourth position, and back to Cecilia Mike on the inside. Now 7 lengths of the pacemakers. And trailing the field is Erawan. Yes, Sir Robert up top, getting away from Thorny Tail. A lead is a length as they charge for the far turn run. My man Pots and Pans in a pink silks in third, and Cecilia Mike racing in fourth. Icati's Verve is in fifth position. Into the turn they roll, and Erawan in the back of the pack. Round that far turn, a 3-length lead out there for Yes, Sir Robert from Thorny Tail. Another 2 to my man Pots and Pans. Cecilia Mike has to do a little better at this point. Icati's Verve is on the outside, and trailing the field is Erawan. 3 ace from the line. Yes, Sir Robert by 3 from Thorny Tail. My man Pots and Pans, followed by next Cecilia Mike, who's drifting off the inside. The inside there is Erawan. Wide open space to move on through. Erawan driven through from fourth. Top of the stretch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Yes, Sir Robert is in front. Thorny Tail in hot pursuit and very game and coming on late. Here's Thorny Tail. Thorny Tail on the outside. The danger to Yes, Sir Robert. Yes, Sir Robert holding on. Length and a half. Thorny Tail on the outside trying to get by. Another 1/16 of a mile left to run. Thorny Tail on the outside. Yes, Sir Robert. Thorny Tail. Yes, Sir Robert. Cecilia Mike just picking up third. It's Thorny Tail. Yes, Sir Robert and Cecilia Mike. And they're off. Boondoggle with a clean break. No More Talk is right there, and should have had it. The gray racing up on the inside and Made the Journey sent forward too. So Made the Journey just ahead in front for No More Talk. He should have had it. The gray in third, punching through is accosted out of the inside to join the top 3, now making 4 right across the track. Boondoggle settles into 5th, and Tommy Shelby now ground saving in 6th position. Next is Camp Pendleton, followed by Oxide, and Mama I Got This last of them all. Heading on past that 4.5 furlong mark, should have had it. Accosted out of the inside, pressing the issue from Made the Journey. No More Talk with smooth sailing there on the outside. Camp Pendleton racing in 5th, and then it's Tommy Shelby and Boondoggle racing side by side. They have 5 to make up into the far turn run. Back to Oxide and Mama I Got This. Less than 3 ace to go. No More Talk goes on with confidence. No More Talk just a length in front. From second, should have had it. Acosta third to the inside, and Tommy Shelby is in 4th. Camp Pendleton ridden along there from 5th. 7 to make up at the top of the stretch now. now, where it's No More Talk well off that rail with a lead. Kicks away by some 2 lengths from Tommy Shelby and should have had it. Weakened up Acosta down to the inside, and next is Oxide shifting over to the inside, trying to come on for a share with Mom I Got This. Out in the center is Camp Pendleton, but No More Talk is much the best. No More Talk by 6. No More Talk in the scramble. Here comes Oxide. Oxide up for second. Then it's Tommy Shelby third. Mama I Got This and Camp Pendleton. And they get a rough. Targe out first. Targe and Winked on the outside, and third is Forget About It. They're followed by She's a Rolling Stone, and down to the inside is Factor in the Heat as Hitch a Ride is shuffled to second to last position. 12 o'clock Rock now past that one on the outside. 3 deep for the far turn run, and Quiet Imagination trailing the field. Targe from Wink, the lead is 3/4 of a length into the turn with Forget About It in third. 2 more, and She's a Rolling Stone is in fourth into the turn, and 12 o'clock Rock is in fifth. Back to Hitch a Ride now to the 2 path. The Factor in the Heat back of the pack with Quiet Imagination trailing the field. Targe and Winked on the outside. They're 1-2 and breaking clear now from Forget About It by some 4 to 5 lengths, and She's a Rolling Stone fourth, and 12 o'clock Rock on the outside fifth, and the others have to pick it up. Targe leads the charge into the stretch. Winked on the outside trying to get by. Wink now puts that neck in front, 1 furlong left to go. Forget About It third, and She's a Rolling Stone in fourth. Here's Winked. Winked opening up now. Winked under a drive, length and a half, almost 2 from Targe second, and the outside is Forget About It. Making it close for a second, it's going to be Winked, and then Targe, and Forget About It. She's a Rolling Stone, and from the back, Quiet Imagination.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Last away there was Dance's Melody. Canadian Ginger in proper attire out sharp, but they're going to duel together early. Unrequited Love is on the hot chase early, third position, and on the outside is Bahama Pearl. An awesome view down to the inside. Behind the couch, mixed up in between horses in that flight, only about 4 to 5 off the lead, but moving up just a tad. Another 3 back to Lady Jean, and slow starting Dancer's Melody trailing the field. It's proper attire now. The speed leads a length and a half. Unrequited Love second. The inside Canadian Ginger's backed off quickly. Behind the couch is moved into third. Then it's Bahama Pearl traveling fifth position, midpoint on the turn. Awesome View, Lady Jean, and trailing is Dancer's Melody in eighth. Coming to the top of the stretch, just above a quarter of a mile left to go. Unrequited Love goes on from proper attire to open up a 2-length lead, and behind the couch is the immediate danger now. Behind the couch to the center of the track, now try to come with a bid. Into the stretch, Unrequited Love. Now outside behind the couch is Moose Solidity second. Awesome View way on the outside there, and in between horses, Lady Jean tries to pick up Canadian Ginger. Furlong left to go. Behind the couch takes over. Behind the couch and Lady Jean. Lady Jean surging at a big price. Lady Jean on the inside behind the couch. And here's behind the couch from Lady Jean. Wins it by about a half length. Then Unrequited Love, followed by Awesome View. Then Canadian Ginger, Dancer's Melody. In the gate. And they're off. Response time. First away. Bandits Warrior with Ask for Early Speed and gives it to Spicy Margarita, mixing it up in between horses two now. Spicy Margarita, response time on the outside. Bandits Warrior down at the inside. The trio scrambling on from Plain Drunk in fourth, and Hope Has a Name. And Moody Woman second to last position. Halo City well back. Heading for the far turn. Bandits Warrior now the speed of the speed. 3 parts of a length from Spicy Margarita. Response time on the outside. Hope Has a Name is fourth in striking range of the pace. 4 to 5 from the front. Plain Drunk on the inside, asks for a little more run. As other 3 lengths back, and Moody Woman another 8 back, and it's Halo City trailing the field. Response time, and Bandits Warrior knocking heads with 2.5 furlongs left to go. Hope Has a Name is next. As Spicy Margaritas drop back, passed by Moody Woman. Moody Woman on the far outside trying to come with a run. Top of the stretch, response time is that leader from Bandits Warrior on the inside. Moody Woman is third and gaining ground at the center of the track. Moody Woman out of the center of the track with all the momentum now. Here comes Moody Woman. Moody Woman on the outside now. Collar's response time with an 1/8 mile left to go. Moody Woman response time. They're now past the 16th pole. Hope Has a Name in third. Moody Woman. Moody Woman does it, splashing home over second there. Response time. And then Hope Has a Name and Halo City from well back. And then it was Bandits Warrior. Lined up. And they're off. Bernie's on fire. Sharp start from the rail, going right to the lead. Our Hoisted Mast and Confusion Baby Boy, and jetting out his Ask for Early Speed, hustled fourth there. 1.5 more in Silent Service in the back with Bad Guy trailing the field. Bernie's on fire. Our Hoisted Mast is pushing that one along. 4.5 furlongs out. Confusion Baby Boy travels in third position. The 2-path. Jetting out is at the rail. And next is Silent Service. Another 3 back, and Bad Guy trailing. Into the turn. Bernie's on fire, trying to get away from Our Hoisted Mast. The lead a little more than a length now. Confusion Baby Boy is in third. The outside Silent Service jetting out, fully ridden at the rail as they approach the 2.5 furlong mark, and Bad Guy trailing. Racing to the top of the stretch with 1/4 mile left to go. Bernie's on fire. Bernie's on fire leads them in. Confusion Baby Boy, Our Hoisted Mast back in third position. Down inside is jetting out. They're into the stretch. Furlong and a half left to run. And Bernie's on fire responding. Confusion Baby Boy is running a big one to the center of the track, trying to come with a big price. Into second there is Confusion Baby Boy, and getting a bit of ground on Bernie's on fire. Bernie's on fire just in front. Bernie's on fire holding sway to win. Bernie's on fire, 1.5 at the end. Confusion Baby Boy, Our Hoisted Mast jetting out was fourth, then Bad Guy. Minute 11.78.